And as you come back down to the surface, I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see down there below you.
Like stone ground.
Very good. What color are the stones?
Gray.
Gray? What shape are they?
They're kind of bumpy, like rocks. They're not smooth, more natural.
More raw stones, you mean?
It's like someone's paved the ground using stones.
Okay, so it's kind of man-made.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a look around. What do you see?
There are a lot of. Well, to my left, there's kind of also a stone wall. And then maybe like 10 meters ahead, there's kind of a stone pyramid. But it's more like, it's not smooth, it's more like steps.
Like a step pyramid?
Yes.
Is it big or small?
It's not that big. It's more like 6 meters high, maybe.
What else do you see around you besides the pyramid and this stone wall? On the other side, what do you see? How does the landscape look like? What else is there?
It's more like forest, jungly forest.
Okay. So you see trees and plants and stuff like this?
Yes.
I see. Is it day or night?
It's day.
Are there any people around?
Not really.
Okay, I want you to look down at your feet and tell me, what do you see?
I have sandals on.
Male or female? Feet?
Male.
Male, very good. Are you wearing anything on your legs?
No, not really. Just, you can see fabric kind of knee height.
What color?
Tan.
What material do you think it is?
It's probably some kind of leather, animal hide or something.
Very good. And on the top, are you wearing anything?
No. Just some jewelry.
Jewelry? Would you like to describe them for me? Go closer, zoom in and tell me, what are they made of? And the more you describe them, the more clear they become.
There's like one rather large circle, like a wide circular necklace.
Like a disc?
Yeah.
Hanging? Like on a necklace?
Well, it's like the necklace itself is thick. It's like a kind of just like a wide circle. The whole thing that goes around my neck.
What material is it?
Gold.
Wow. What else?
Kind of like red stones are in it as well. Or in the other pieces, there's kind of I don't know, like 4 or 5 different pieces.
I want you to tell me what more are you experiencing right now as you are connecting to that? How do you feel right now, being there?
Sad.
Sad? You're sad? Do you know why? Okay. Okay, we will find out. Can you have a look at your face and tell me, are you young or old?
Older.
Like an elder?
Yeah, like I'm in my 50s.
How do your hair look like?
Kind of gray and black.
Long or short?
Long.
Long, very good. And what color is your skin?
Like a bit darker. Dark caramel.
Are you having any more accessories on you besides the necklace?
Bracelets as well.
What are they made of?
Also gold.
Do they also have stones?
No, they're just kind of wide and more simple.
And you mentioned that your necklace has some red stones?
Yes.
Do you know what is the purpose of this? Why are you wearing these necklaces? They sound gorgeous, right? Sound beautiful. Do they serve any purpose, I wonder?
I think they stand for things I've done.
Achievements? Would you like to tell me about it? You were awarded for things you've done? That's great. Tell me about it.
I think some of them are for, battles. And I think one of them has to do with just wisdom or being helpful with wisdom or guidance.
So you're a person who is a warrior and also someone who is an advisor of some sort?
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Very good. And what is it that makes you emotional now? Are you sensing something that you could describe?
I think it's because there's no one here.
Where you are right now, in this place, where is everybody? Where did they go? What happened?
I think they're just gone. I don't know, people either died or had to leave or...
So the place is abandoned?
Yeah, but I guess not that long ago.
I see. Okay. What about this pyramid that is in front of you? Is there anything you can tell me about that pyramid?
Not really, it's just steep. Nothing about it really sticks out to me though.
Sorry?
Nothing really sticks out.
You think if we get in, you'll get more information? I was wondering of its purpose. Let's just see what happens next as you end that scene. What happens next?
There's an arch in the wall that was on my left.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go through it, there's also just kind of a much larger, space, like,
Mm-hmm.
that would have been, I don't know, used for, like a market or just lots of people.
Mm.
And there's like another larger pyramid also to kind of in parallel with the one from on the other side of the wall.
Mm-hmm. And this one is bigger, you say?
Yeah, like a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But again, there's no one here.
I see. Absolutely no one? Nothing. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's leave that scene and let's see where it is that you live in this life. Let's see where you eat and sleep. And now we are there. What do you see?
I don't know, I guess I'm in a small building.
Mm-hmm. What is it made of? What kind of house is it?
It seems to be made of, I guess it's made of wood.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't feel normal to me, I guess.
Mm-hmm. What shape does it have?
It's square.
Mm-hmm. That's where you live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's have a look inside. Is it big or small?
Small.
Mm-hmm. How many rooms do you see?
I think it's only 2.
Mm-hmm. What kind of... what is inside these rooms? Are there furniture? If so, what material?
Just kind of basic wood furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And just like sleeping mats in the other room.
Okay.
Unless I'm not really wearing the same thing as before.
What are you wearing now?
I'm just more covered up and I'm not wearing the jewelry.
Mm. What are you covered up with?
It's like a white shirt. Kind of airy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still wearing the kind of more leathery skirt bottoms from before, but not bare-chested anymore. Like, yeah, just wearing this shirt.
Mm-hmm. Your necklaces?
I'm not wearing them.
How come?
I don't think I have them anymore.
What happened to them?
I think they were probably taken away from me.
Mm-hmm. Why were they taken away from you?
I don't know. Stolen or tricked. Like, I think I'm being, I don't know, made to live a different way.
Sorry?
Like, it's like I'm in a, like I didn't build this house or choose this. But it's like this is how I have to live now.
Mm-hmm. Is anyone living there with you in this house?
Yeah, I have a wife and a kid.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about them. Tell me about your wife. Is she there now? What is she doing?
She's just talking to our kid and getting dinner ready.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting vegetables.
And what makes you emotional when I ask you about her? Tell me about it.
I guess I'm really happy she's there.
Beautiful.
But I'm also sad that we're living this way.
Why?
Because I don't think it's what we're used to.
What do you mean?
Like we lived differently before, and now we have to live in this wood house and dress differently.
How was it? How was it different before?
More free.
More free.
More outside.
Okay. And why did that change? The way you live.
I think people came and made us change the way we're living.
What kind of people were these that changed the way you live, and why did they do that?
Probably settlers. Like settlers from somewhere else, you know. Who are, you know, just taking over.
So they did this to your family only, or to the whole community?
I think the whole community, but it doesn't seem like there are a lot of other people kind of left.
What do you mean?
Like a lot of people died or went somewhere else.
So it was an invasion and they destroyed your community?
Yeah.
I see. But you survived and you moved away?
Yeah, but I don't think we had a choice.
Okay, you were forced. So how was it different before? You said you were more in the nature,
Yeah.
more outdoor.
Yeah.
And now you have to live inside this house. Why? Why don't you live in the nature again?
I don't really know.
I wonder why you decided to have a house where you can be inside.
I don't think I chose to. It's like we have to live not that we're captured, but like that we have to live this way to, I don't know,
Okay.
survive or.
Okay. As around the house, is it like what is around? Are there other houses, or is it nature, or whatever? What is it?
It's other houses. Similar.
And the people that are living in these houses, are they part of your group, or no?
I think some of them are,
I see.
and some of them are other people that came over.
Okay. All right.
Seems like it's the edge of a town or something.
And I wonder, how do you spend your time? What do you do the majority of your time?
I think we're, I don't know, cutting down the forest to build buildings.
You?
Yeah.
How do you cut the trees?
I guess with saws.
You do it alone or with other people?
No, with other people.
Okay.
Like it's now my job, but it's not what I want to do. It's like I have to do this job now to survive, or like someone made me promise to work for them, or.
I see. Alright, let's close that scene and let's move forward to an important day. A day that you consider important because something is happening. And now we are there. What do you see? What is happening?
We're packing up what we have.
Mm.
And we're like leaving in the middle of the night.
You and your family, you mean? Just you? Just your family?
Yeah.
Your wife and your child? Mm-hmm. Why are you living in the night?
Because we wouldn't be able to leave in the day, I guess, without being seen.
Ah.
I mean, we have to do it secretly.
Why? They wouldn't... You're not allowed to leave?
No. Like, I think it's like there was a contract.
Uh-huh. But you wanted to leave that place?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you going? You know where you go?
I think we're just going through the... We don't really know where we're going.
Mm-hmm. But do you have a plan of something? Are you going heading towards a direction, or you have an intention?
Yeah, just going west, I guess.
Mm.
To hopefully find somewhere where we can live more normally again.
I see. Okay. How do you feel that you're doing this? You feel it's the right thing to do?
Yeah, good, but also a little afraid.
Of course. Because of the unknown, right? And how are you going there to your destination?
I think we're just on foot.
On foot? Okay, alright. So let's close that scene and let's move forward to another important day. And we are now moving forward to another important day in the same life that we are viewing. And now you are there. What do you see? What is happening?
We found a village where the people are welcoming. It's like just sitting around a fire and celebrating or getting to know each other or something.
Are you happy? Yeah? How about your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're relieved.
Do you want to stay there with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are these people like you in some way?
I guess not exactly, but close enough.
Do you recognize yourself of being in a certain race or group or ethnicity or something that you could identify? What comes into your mind?
Just South America.
Very good. More specifically, which area?
I guess that I felt like we were leaving kind of like northern Brazil and going more in the direction of like Colombia, Peru.
I see. Very good. Very good. Okay, so let's move time a little bit forward and let's see if you stay there, finally. If you stay in this place, in this village. What do you see?
Yeah, we stayed there, but it feels like the problems are gonna start again.
Invaders?
Yeah.
Who are these invaders? From where do they come from? How do they look like?
I mean, I guess that they're Europeans.
Europeans? I see. So they look different than you? They are dressed also different than you?
Yeah. That's why the houses felt strange before too.
Because they were built by them?
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah.
To live in? And that's not your way, right? It's not how you used to live and how you wanted to live. I see. Okay, so they also found you in this village?
Not yet, but it's like people are talking about
I see.
that it may happen.
Mm-hmm. But for now, you're still in that village. Mm-hmm. What about your skills of advisor and warrior that you have? Are you practicing those amongst your people now? Amongst the people that you are in this village?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I give a lot of advice.
What kind of?
I guess resolving conflict between people, listening to them when they have a problem.
How do you help them? In what way?
Mostly just listening, and then sometimes I have something useful to say, but it's more like they just need to be near me, and then they kind of figure it out.
So it's something about your being, your energy, that serves them, helps them.
Yes.
What is it? If you were to look at it as an observer, what do you see there that is doing this, helping people?
I think they just they feel like I won't judge them.
And that helps them a lot. So they come to you?
Yes.
For advice? Do they give you anything in exchange for that assistance, for that service?
Yeah, they bring me like food or...
Wonderful. So that's a nice way of sharing, and you also make your living out of this in this way. Do you like doing it?
It's well, I don't really feel like I'm, doing it.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't really enjoy doing it because I don't really feel like I'm doing it,
What do you mean?
Like I'm just, I'm just a being. Like it's like it doesn't feel like a job or like I'm doing something.
When it's natural to you. Yeah, it feels very natural. As if you're not really doing anything. Is that what you mean? I see. But do people get benefit out of these interactions?
Yes.
That you're having? Well, that's wonderful then, right? You do help them, even if you feel like you're not, right? That's great. That's wonderful. Okay, so let's close that scene and let's move forward to the last day of your life in this lifetime that we are viewing. And let's see where you are and what is happening.
I think the village where we are has been invaded.
You're not there anymore? Where are you?
No, we're there, but it's like it's being, set on fire or destroyed.
Okay, it's happening right now? I see. And where are you right now? Where do you find yourself?
I'm just on, one of the streets, roads. I think I've just been shot or something.
Shot? With a gun? Okay. Where?
In my chest, but like I was shot in the back.
I see. And is the scene where you die? Okay. Is anybody else around you there at this moment? As you are leaving the body?
No.
No. Okay. Okay, so let's speed up this process, and I want you to tell me what happens after you leave your last breath in this body. What happens after?
I just float up.
You float up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just follow the movement as you go and tell me, where do you go?
I'm floating up to a spaceship.
Mm-hmm. How does a spaceship look like?
It's kind of long, oval.
Mm-hmm.
Not very tall.
What material is there? Or what color is the outside, the exterior?
It's kind of a asphalt gray.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of shiny.
Mm-hmm. And you're pulled into that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What happens when you arrive? When you are in front of it?
Yes, I'm just being welcomed on board and told that I, did a good job. I mean, not really that, but along those lines.
You'll hear comforting words. Tell me, how does the ship look like from the inside? What do you see around you?
It's just quite a lot of silver. Kind of, some parts are kind of like Art Nouveau work. I don't know, like a lot of curves.
Curves. The smooth surfaces.
Yeah.
And I'm curious about the beings that are there. Tell me about them. How do they look like? The ones that welcomed you. How many beings are there, and how do they look like?
There's probably about 12 people.
Very good. Very good. Can you describe them for me, please?
They're tall and blonde. They're all kind of wearing the same thing.
How does it look like, what they're wearing?
Like dark blue. Quite, like a dark turquoise, dark blue. And like quite form-fitting.
Like a suit? Tight suit? Do they have any emblems or symbols on their suits? Anywhere? On the chest, on the side? You see anything?
I feel like there's some silver accents, but I can't really...
A what?
Like silver bits or something.
Silver what?
Like shapes.
Shapes?
But I can't really tell what exactly.
Yeah, like
and they're like different on each person, but they're just small.
How do their faces look like?
Quite glowy.
What is their skin color?
Really pale.
And what about their eyes?
They're quite big.
And what color are they?
Light blue. Light blue.
Light blue. Do they have iris inside the eye, or is it just color?
No, they have an iris.
Mm-hmm. And do they have a mouth and nose and ears?
Yeah, they're quite... I mean, they look close to humans.
What makes them different?
They're just, I don't know, shinier.
Glowing. What is it that is glowing? The skin? Or what?
Yeah, and the hair.
The hair?
Skin and the hair.
Okay. How many fingers do they have?
6.
6. Very good. Very good. And I want you to have a look at yourself now on that ship. How do you perceive yourself?
I feel like I'm more just a light at the moment.
Oh, okay. You're in your spirit form, in your light body. Very good, very good. So, what do these beings say to you as you have entered the ship? What do they say?
They're just kind of sympathizing with me for...
They know where you were.
Yeah.
I see. So they're comforting you. They're holding space for you as you just arrived. How do you feel being there now, after all this journey?
Just peaceful. I was gonna say relief, but it's not really relief. It's just...
It was a difficult journey, right? What you just went through. Okay. Are these beings talking to you orally, or they are transferring thoughts in your mind, talking to you telepathically? How do you communicate with them?
Telepathically.
Telepathically. Okay, great. And how do you feel about them? Connect with them now and tell me, how do you feel about them?
Kind of safe, but also overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed? From what?
I don't know, just by their presence. Like I feel safe, but it's also like a lot to
take in.
Yeah.
Do you feel familiar with them?
Yeah. Also, like maybe it's been quite a while since I saw them.
So, tell me, what is it that they say to you as you just came back after such a long time? They welcome you, right? What else do they say?
They're also saying that it's been a while.
What do they say about the journey that you had? What do they comment?
Just that I did the best I could. The best I could do, I guess.
So they were watching everything? They are aware of everything what happened there? They know also the reason why you made that journey? Ask them.
I think it's about the contrast of how, or having the contrast between how my life started and then having to live under someone's rule.
So what was the lesson that you learned from that line? What did you want to learn from that life?
To, I guess, just not live that way. That it's worth it to leave. It's worth it to escape and live the way I know is best.
Why did you want to learn this? Why do you think it's important for you to have this lesson?
I need to have more gratitude for the way that I was living before. Like more connected to community and my surroundings and the seasons.
I wonder if these beings that are there with you, if they know you well.
I feel like they know me well, but I don't really know them well.
Or maybe you don't remember, but you know them well, right?
Yeah.
Ask them and tell me, what do they say? What is your relationship with them?
They watch over me.
Are you part of them?
I guess I kind of am, but I mean, it's like I guess I'm in a time where I'm living, doing Earth. And so they're watching me during that.
Okay. So they know a lot about your Earth journeys?
Yeah.
I see. And because it's quite significant that you went back to them, right?
Yeah, I also felt a little surprised.
Okay. So I was thinking that perhaps since they know a lot about you and they are watching over you and you trust them and you feel safe with them, how about if we let them speak through you? And maybe I ask them a few questions. So we do that? Okay, so I just want you to allow them to speak through you. So they will just speak through you. They will put the information in your mind, and you just have to speak it, to say it, okay? And I will ask them questions. Okay, wonderful. So, are you ready? Okay, great. So, thank you very much for this opportunity. Do we have permission to ask you a few questions about Olivia?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I would like to start by asking of your connection with her. Could you tell her a little bit more about it? Because she doesn't remember. You showed up for a reason today, right? I think it's important for her to know. To remember.
Yeah, she's one of us. Yeah, she hasn't been with us for a while.
She's a part of your group.
Yes.
What could you, if you were to introduce yourself, your group, your race, very briefly, what could you say about you? Because probably Olivia's conscious mind will be wondering and want to have some information. What can you share?
Or from another planet.
Do you come by a name that we humans use on this planet?
I think the Pleiadians.
Yeah.
She's having trouble saying it because she's doubting it.
I know, I can feel it. So I will ask you 3 times. Are you Pleiadians? Are you Pleiadians?
Yes.
Are you Pleiadians? Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. So Olivia is also Pleiadian?
Yes.
And why is this remembering make her so emotional? Because it's a deep connection. It's a long relationship. It's She's just been away a long time.
Okay,
so she has embarked on this earthly journey, cycle of reincarnation on Earth.
Yes.
So every time she finishes a life on this planet, she comes back to you, reports back to you, and then comes back down.
Yes.
How many times has he done this so far? Has he come to Earth to incarnate on a human body?
I think more than 1,000.
Oh, wow. I see. Okay. And what about the life that you showed to her? That she was a South American man. Why did you reminded her of that lifetime? What were you trying to tell her? What was the reason why she had to see this today?
She has trouble with it being enough to just be. She thinks she has to keep doing things. And sometimes she feels like being isn't.
And how is this related to the life you showed to her and her life now? Could you help us understand?
It's the same thing. She keeps thinking she needs to be doing something. A specific thing. But just being is enough. And she worries about how to... It's conflicting.
Sorry?
It's conflicting, knowing that just being is enough, but also having to navigate this world and making money.
Yeah. We will go into that in more detail. I just want to close the chapter of the past life that she saw, and I would like to ask what was the biggest lesson she learned from that life that she needs to remember?
That it's worth it to live her own way and how she, or do what's best for her and not try and live in the
compromised
society that
But in that life that she saw, she eventually got killed. Why did she choose that? Why did she choose to end that life in this way? What was the purpose? Why did she want to have this experience?
I think she was just done.
She wanted to live quickly? Okay, makes sense. Alright. So is she still holding on any trauma from that life, from the way she died?
No.
Okay, great. Just checking. Okay, wonderful. So what about this life? Here and now? What is the reason that she decided to incarnate again on this planet at this time? What was the purpose? The mission? She's here for a reason, right? You know that. You know her so well. Why is she here then? And Olivia, just allow the words to come through you. Just let them flow through.
She's just meant to be again and to just listen to people and be non-judgmental.
So she's here to help again. Is she aware of that?
She's figuring it out.
Okay, so she just started to figuring it out. That perhaps that's the reason why I'm here. But you said that this helping will not come from doing, will come from being.
Yes.
Would you like to talk to her about that? I think it's very important for her to understand this.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what she does. Just needs to be here and be present and take care of herself.
Well, I guess that will once she will digest this and apply it in her life, I guess it's going to lift a lot of weight from her shoulders, right?
Yes, she's already figured out a lot of it.
Okay, so she shouldn't anymore get trapped in the doing and should I do this or should I do that? She should just enjoy being herself on this beautiful planet.
Yes.
So how can she use her energy for herself and for the world?
Just be a positive example. Not telling anyone how to do anything, but just being a human example. That's all.
Does she know how to do that? Or is there anything you would like to remind her or advise her? You talked about taking care of herself. Does she need to practice more self-love?
No, she's good at it.
Okay, wonderful. Is there anything else perhaps you would like to remind her?
No.
So what are some practical skills that it would be good to spend time on for the upcoming changes on our planet?
She doesn't have to worry about that. She'll be watched and taken care of. She doesn't need to learn anything specific to keep herself safe.
Could you help us with uneasiness that she has been feeling around her feet and toes? Where does it come from?
She doesn't want to be so connected to the earth.
Why not?
She doesn't want to spend much more time here. Or she doesn't want to keep coming back.
She has been here for many times already, right?
Yes.
Okay. So is this a conscious choice of not connecting with the earth? Is it appropriate for this lifetime, or is it something that you would like to advise her? Should she root and ground and connect with the earth as long as this life will go on, or it's fine like this?
She should get out in nature regularly to ground. But otherwise she doesn't need to worry about it.
What do you mean she doesn't need to worry about what?
About her feet.
Okay, it's nothing serious.
No.
Okay. But so this is just an unconscious fear, let's put it that way. Maybe it's not the right word, but of not allowing herself to connect with earth because her long-term plan is to not get too involved again.
Yes.
I see. But in order for her to live this life, even if it's the last one on earth, with ease, do you think that it would be better if she would connect with the planet?
She does regularly.
Okay. So then why is she still feeling the uneasiness?
She just didn't know what it was connected to.
Because she was asking if she can heal this. That's why I'm trying to figure out how to work around that in order for her to not feel this way. To not have this discomfort. What do you suggest?
It's already okay.
I see. So something happened already during the session?
Yes.
I see. Would you like to explain to her?
It just makes sense now.
I see. So it fall into place, everything. I see. That's why she's crying so much all this time. She's realizing things and releasing things. Beautiful. Okay. So regarding her job right now, she was wondering if why she's still in this job, and if there's a reason she still needs to be there.
She just needs the job so she can have a lot of time off at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But she'll find something else soon.
Mm-hmm. Any advice on that for her future?
She doesn't need to know yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So she should trust
Yes.
how things unfold now, and it's all good.
Yes, it'll be fine.
Okay, wonderful. Is there any way she could open up her psychic abilities? And if so, how?
She's already doing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is she doing it right? Does she have the proper tools and information and everything she needs? Or anything more you wanna add?
As long as she keeps on going into her heart space first, or regularly,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be fine.
Okay. So the heart space is the gate?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if she needs more information, then it'll show up at the right time.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you say that, because I couldn't agree with you more. And since I awakened to a heart-based living, I've became a completely different being, much more connected and intuitive. So I'm very happy you bring this up. And regarding her where she lives, is there one or more places in the world that she should live, perhaps?
She should go to Australia for a while at some point.
Anything more you want to tell her about Australia?
No.
Okay, so you will find out. For now, she's fine here in Berlin?
Yes.
Okay, great. And what about Georgia? What is the connection that she has with Georgia, and she's so emotional when she's there?
She's right about it.
Sorry?
She's right about it being a place that's well connected to extraterrestrials. Or to us.
Ah. How come, and what more could you tell us about this? What kind of connection you have to Georgia?
It's a good spot to exit and enter.
Why is that? The energy there?
The energy,
Okay.
the mountains.
So they are like portals?
Yes.
So you fly in and out to this dimension from the portals there?
Yes.
Are these natural or artificial portals?
Natural.
Natural. Okay. And so when Olivia visits Georgia, gets emotional. Why is that again? Because it's like she's feeling that energy.
Yeah, it feels familiar.
So would you say that you are her star family? You are her ancestors?
Yes.
Okay. And would you scan her mind and see if there are any fears that she needs to be reminded of, to let go of? Fears that she might be carrying that do not serve her.
Fear of failure. That's it.
Okay. And how can she let this fear go? Anything you want to tell her to help her, to support her in this? Why she should let go of that fear?
It gets in the way of her enjoying herself.
Because she should just go for what she feels like doing. No worries if...
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. What about Ottar? What does she need to know about this relationship, this encounter that she had? What was the reason of this encounter? What did she want to learn from this experience?
She's figured out a lot of that already.
Wonderful. Would you like to give her a hand? Fill in the gaps. What did she want to learn from him? Maybe it would be a question that would help her.
She learned to open her heart more.
How was he able to help her do that?
Because he was so sure and vocal about it and didn't hold back.
What does he need to know about this encounter?
It's not over.
Anything you want advice for her in the future, for the future? You mean there is a chance they might come back together again? As a couple?
Yes.
And what advice do you have for her then if that happens?
To listen more.
Listen who? Him?
Yeah, just to listen more.
So she has to remember that wonderful gift that she has of listening without judging, like she was doing in the past life that she just visited.
Yeah. And she needs to take care of herself first.
What do you mean first?
Make sure that she's feeling good and doing the things that she enjoys. Because otherwise the energy can get confusing.
Okay, in the relationship you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Do not give herself away. Get lost.
Yeah.
Do not lose herself in the relationship.
Yeah, she's already good at that, but it's even more important with him.
Could be better. Okay. Wonderful, thank you. What about Sonia? Can any rest of the soul contract with Sonia be ended?
Yes, it's done.
It's done?
Yes.
Okay. So Olivia didn't know it, or she was doubting it, that this has been done?
She was doubting it.
I see, okay. So it's just a confirmation. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to share with her about this? Whole relationship, or if there's anything you want to share, or move on to the next question.
She already knows what she learned from it.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to remind her?
Yeah, it was about energy.
Mm-hmm.
And how much it affects the relationship, in particular that one. In some ways it was a practice run before.
Sorry?
In some ways it was practice before Otar.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so is it possible that she has any blocks around femininity?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Where do these blocks come from? Where was the inception point of these blocks? When were they created?
Sometime around puberty.
Mm-hmm. Does he need to know more?
I think she figured it out.
She did?
Yeah. That her mom was sometimes so protective that she suppressed some things.
Okay, so would it be appropriate to help her today to remove these blocks?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And would you like to do it now? Would you like to assist her in this?
Yes.
Okay. And how will you do that? Would you like to describe to us? Are they somewhere in the body? In your physical body? Or is it more energetic?
It's energetic.
I see. So would you like to describe what you're doing while you're doing it?
We're just gonna go from head to toe, just clear.
Okay. Wonderful. So I will remain silent and please let me know when you are done. Wonderful. Is it done? Okay. Thank you so much. Is there any additional advice you want to give to her on this subject, or on expressing her femininity, or is these blocks now that have been removed are all that needed to be done and it will unfold naturally?
She should just do as much dancing as she wants.
Okay, that's a wonderful way to express her femininity. Great. Okay. Is there anyone that she needs to forgive and release and let go?
No. No, she wonders whether she hasn't forgiven certain people, but doesn't need to worry about it.
She has done a good job.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. That includes herself. Has she forgiven also herself for things
Yes.
that she thought caused harm? Wonderful. Great. Are there any themes or core issues perhaps that she inherited from her ancestors that need to be cleared?
The lack of a home or a place you call home is a theme.
It was also in her past life.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's already done some healing around that.
Okay.
And today helps as well.
Wonderful. Okay. Is there anything more you want to do or say? Or it's takes care of itself. She's done what she needs to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this connected also with abandonment?
No.
Okay, because she's wondering if there's any theme of abandonment that she inherited from her ancestors, female ancestors.
No.
Okay.
It's not going to be a theme this life.
Sorry?
It's not going to be a theme this life.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so let's move on to her father then, and let's have a look at this relationship. And could you tell her why she chose to have this experience with this father? What did she want to learn?
He helped her move to the right places in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That job is done.
Mm. So his role is finished?
Yes.
Okay. She doesn't need to hold on to this relationship.
She can choose either way,
Okay.
but it's not of great importance.
Okay. Has she attained and any negative emotions from that relationship with him? Suppressed any negative emotions throughout their relationship? Maybe that she needs to let go of.
No, she's let it go. Yeah, she's already let it go.
Okay, great. And what about the future in a romantic relationship? What are the skills, the communication skills that she needs in order to have a healthy relationship?
Listen. Take breaks.
What do you mean breaks?
If it's too intense, then go take a break.
Okay, so some physical distance is good, is healthy.
Yes.
Important. Mm-hmm. Okay, give space to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Write down what she feels, but she usually does that anyways.
Now I want to ask you about two requests that she had about her grandparents and if they have any messages from her. So would you be could you ask if her grandma Elvira has any message for her? Do you have permission to have this connection and receive information from her spirit?
Yes.
Wonderful. So what does she want to communicate to her today?
She's sad we didn't get to meet properly, but happy to know that I wanted to.
What did she pass on to her?
I think something having to do with plants.
Plants?
In
what way?
Just, I don't know, I guess appreciating or enjoying them.
Mm-hmm. So,
And,
yes, please.
Just kind of general calmness.
So she was that kind of person?
Yes.
So she was connected with the plant kingdom, with the earth.
Yes. And to not take anything with my dad personally.
Okay. Wonderful. So if Olivia wants to connect with the plants, she can tap into the knowledge from her grandma.
Yes.
Could she also connect with her directly and
Yes.
receive messages and information? Right, okay. Okay. So she has also this option if she wants, if she chooses to want to know more about that. Wonderful. Thank you so much for this connection that you've made. So we want to thank Grandma Elvira for stepping in and allowing this information to come through. And now I would like to ask if you can do the same for her Grandpa Pidi.
Yes.
Yes, he also is willing to come through and has a message for her. Wonderful. We are all ears.
He's proud of her.
Why is he proud of her?
For becoming so strong. And,
She's stronger than she thinks she is then, right?
yes.
Mm-hmm. And what else?
And, I don't know, insightful. Just aware. And he's always near.
Okay, he's close to her. So he's watching over her also, keeping an eye on her. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. So seems like they are closer now than while he was in the body. He's always there for her. So she could also turn to him for advice if she feels
Yes.
like. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Grandma Pidi. Thank you so much. And we will let you go now, and I want to reconnect with Olivia's guides, her beautiful star family. And I want to ask if there is anything else that you wish that she would have asked today.
She's been wondering if she really should buy a DJ controller, and she should.
Okay. Awesome. And any last message you have for her before we close?
No.
Okay, so she has all she needs.
For the time being, yes.
Wonderful. And how can she stay connected to you if she wants to connect in her everyday life with you and receive your guidance and your support and your assistance? How can she do that?
Go on walks and bike rides and meditate and play around with music.
Music is a conduit.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because it makes her feel like she's playing again.
Is this like a light-heartedness
Yeah.
and this childlike innocence?
Yes.
That's the vibration that she needs to be in. This is a very high state of high vibration, right? Of joy, of creativity,
Yes.
of happiness, playfulness. Wonderful, wonderful. I love that so much. And so I want to thank you for allowing us to connect with you. I want to thank you for making that connection today, coming through for her and giving her all these beautiful messages and guidance and healing. I know she's really going to appreciate it, and I know how important it was for her to remember this connection.